Hey everybody, it's Tracy Monty Smith with SE Coaching. Once again, thank you so much for joining me in this video series. And in the next few weeks, I've decided to take a little bit of a different tact in these videos, and I'm going to start sharing with you some of the messages or lessons that I've learned from interacting with my horses over the many, many years that I have been around them. And I've kind of narrowed them down to my top 10. And each week I'm going to share just one of them, maybe two if I'm feeling really generous. And we're going to dive just a little bit into that lesson and how it has affected me and what it means for me. But what I really am hoping that you guys will do is you'll realize and you'll share what the messages mean to you and how they have affected your life, or what you have seen in taking that message and applying it to your own life and sharing it. Hopefully you'll share it in the Facebook comments or in the YouTube comments. Send me an email, or even if you're just sharing it around the dinner table with your family. It doesn't matter to me, just please share it. And then make sure you share the video with your friends and your family and let them know that this is someplace where they can come and they can hear these messages and just see what it means to them. It might be a really interesting way to start a conversation around the dinner table. But before we get into week number 1 of that, I want to give a really quick shout out to the sponsor of our video series. That's Greg Bobby with Total Symmetry Personal Training. I've been working with Greg now for a number of weeks. What I really love in working with him, as I've mentioned before, I choose to work with him virtually because it's tougher for me to get into town to work out with him at the gym. He sends me a workout that I can do on my own time in the privacy of my own home and for what works for me. And after a few weeks, he changes things up and he sends me another workout to do, so everything stays fresh and interesting and I don't get bored. And that's really kind of a key thing with me, is getting bored with what I'm doing during my workout. So if you're interested at all in working with Greg virtually, he'll work with you no matter where you are around the country or even around the world. Reach out to him at his email. That's totalsymmetry@gmail.com. Be sure to let him know you heard it here. So I want to get into lesson number 1 of what I've learned from my horses, or what my horses have taught me, or messages I've heard from my horses. However you want to look at this, or however you want to hear it. And I did write these down, and so make sure that I say them to you exactly how they came to me. This all started, I was actually working out at the barn and cleaning, which we do a lot of that, cleaning horses, cleaning pens, cleaning tack. And it came to me that this is just something that I'd like to share, and it was pretty easy for me to come up with my top 10, and I would love to hear it. If you have horses and you have messages that you would like to share, I'd love to hear them. So lesson number 1 that I've learned from my horses: do your own thing. Roll in the mud after your bath if that is what you want. This one, it came to me because you know what, on 90+ degree days or 100+ degree days in the middle of the summer, in the middle of July, after we've done a training session, or just because it's stinking hot, there's nothing better than a nice cool rinse down at the wash rack. Throw in a little shampoo and some soap suds. I love soaping up manes and tails. I'm not really sure why. It's very soothing to me. It's also very fulfilling to see a clean horse. And I've mentioned in the past, and you've met Merlin, and if you haven't met Merlin, you need to go to Merlin's Meet Merlin video on YouTube. But he is my big white horse. You've also met Simon, who is my white and brown paint horse. And again, if you haven't, you need to go check out both of their videos on YouTube, and so you get a chance to kind of meet them in person. But both of these big guys love to have a nice cool bath, and it's just very relaxing for all of us, for both of us, to spend that time together. And I'm always, like I said, feel very fulfilled that I have a clean horse, and I take them to their pen. And Simon does this every single time. If I don't let him dry completely, as soon as I put him in his pen, he will turn and look me square in the eye and drop to his knees and roll in the dirt. And I no longer have a white horse. And I think that I'm a little shocked. I'm not shocked anymore. The first couple of times that he did it, I was a little bit shocked, and I was yelling at him to not roll. And you know what? They're going to do what they are going to do because they're horses. And they're going to do what they're going to do because they're living in the moment. And in their moment at that particular time, Simon wanted nothing more than to roll in the dirt. And he didn't care that I had just washed him. He didn't care that he was getting dirty. He wanted to roll in the dirt. And that is what living in the present, living in being mindful over your wants and your needs, because he needed to roll in the dirt, is all truly about. And so the lesson that I really took from this is the utter joy that he had in rolling in the mud or rolling in the dirt after a bath. And so I try to remind myself of that it is okay for me to, take care of myself and throw caution to the wind and roll in the freaking mud if that's what I want to do after my bath. So that's all I have to say about today. Share in the comments, please let me know what this lesson from my horses means to you. Or if you have lessons that you've learned from your horses, I would love to hear about that and possibly share those in future videos. So until we talk again next week, have a fantastic life. Talk soon. Bye-bye.